Okay.
Yeah.
Hello, everyone.
Yeah.
I wanted to speak today about the teachings of the Reverend Myung, which is a divine principle. This book, what is it?
Yeah.
This book I really strongly recommend people to read it. We want to just talk a little segment of it today, about the existence of God. We see actually in the creation masculinity and femininity. Every being is male and female. And people often think, well, God must be the same. God is masculine and feminine. That's a simple conclusion. But is that true? So we've had Gnostics, we have all kinds of groups appearing. Now, even after Reverend Moon died, where his wife and corrupt leaders actually changed his words of it, and they changed it into a woke religion. They even said that God is masculine and feminine. But is God masculine and feminine? We have dual characteristics. Reverend Moon speaks about dual characteristics, but that doesn't mean everything's half male and half female. There's male beings, female beings. Every being in God's creation is masculine and feminine.
That's what Paul said. No? He said in Romans 1:20, ever since the creation, God's eternal power and deity can be clearly perceived, the things that he has made.
That's right.
So if you look at the creation, we can see clearly male and female. You don't have anything in between.
That's right. Apostle Paul said masculine and feminine in the creation. But if you look closely, before just assuming things, every being has masculine and femininity, but each being at the same time is either masculine and feminine. There's no beings that's both. I have masculinity and femininity in me. I have masculine hormones and feminine hormones, but I'm not a man and a woman. I only have male sexual organs. I don't have feminine sexual organs. It'd be very awkward in that way. So either I'm a man, and there's many women, they have masculine hormones, but they're women. They don't have sexual organs, male sexual organs. So there's no being, every being has masculinity and femininity, but there's no being that's both. Each being is either masculine or feminine, never both. So the origin of this, God, he must be the same. He can't be different. So God is not half male and half female. God has dual characteristics, that's true, but he's a male being, he's a masculine being. This is why Jesus called God Heavenly Father. And Reverend Myung calls God, he said we should call God Heavenly Father. In the book, I just showed you, Divine Principle, he said in page 19, we call God Father, just like Jesus and all the prophets beforehand.
Yeah, because even in the Old Testament, it says that now the heavens speak the glory of God. So if you look at the skies, you see the glory of God in its creation. So God has to be, he has to be a masculine being because his power can be clearly perceived in what he has made. So he has not made anything in between. Yes, you find things that are become abnormal, but that is all because of the fall, because they became so corrupted. So the creation, as like it says, like Paul says, the creation is waiting for its adoption of its sons and daughters. So it's still not perfect as it is, but God's original ideal was to create male and female, clear distinction between male and female. And through the unity of male and female, that we can see that something new can come out through that unity. Like if you take an atom, for example, atom has got a proton which is positively charged, and has got an electron which is negatively charged. But the proton is always in the subject position, and the electron is always moving around the proton. So in the same way, a female also should rotate around its male subject. So that is how that's the order of creation.
Yeah. So there's no pre-existing mother God. This is a false teaching. This comes from paganism. It's never been in Christianity. It's false teaching. That's why through the Old Testament and New Testament, there's always a masculine God. However, Jesus spoke about the wedding of the Lamb, where the second coming of Christ comes as the bridegroom, and he finds his bride. Now the bride means to become the wife of the Messiah. But in this case, the wife of the Messiah can become, in Reverend Moon's teaching, the true mother, and the Messiah becomes the true father. It doesn't mean, but the Messiah will always be a man, will be true father, and then there's not two Messiahs. The wife of the Messiah is a Messiah only in as long as she's united with the Messiah, true father. You see, so you have an idea of true parents. But the moment she separates or develops a different theory or is no longer true mother, no longer the wife of the Messiah. So this is a very important point that needs to be understood. Because evil happens is to change what is good or substitute what's good with evil. You see? Now, basically, those who joined Unification Church, the reason they did so was because they believe Reverend Moon is the second coming of Christ. That's the reason they did. I don't know anyone who joined for any other reason. What about you, Deb? Did you join because of that reason?
Of course, because the Messiah is always a male. When you hear that the Messiah has come, because the hope of Christianity is the second coming of Christ. So second coming of Christ is always a male figure. It's never thought of in any denomination of Christianity I know of. Is always the second coming of Christ is a male figure. It's not a female figure.
Yes, you see what's happened after Reverend Moon died. Then you have a group saying, well, Hak Jahan, she's a surviving true parent, and she rose up, so is equal, claims to be equal with her father, and then she changes words. But then it hasn't stopped there. She reached the point some years later where she said that she was born without original sin. All the things that were said about Reverend Moon in Divine Principle, she's claiming for herself. But there's no evidence of that. And then she claims that Reverend Moon was born with original sin, in total contradiction to Divine Principle. So you can see the change from Father being a Messiah, replacing Father gradually, making them be equal, and then Father comes down, and Hak Jahan is replaced Father completely. And that's a real demonstration of an antichrist in our time. And that's what's happening today. True Father's movement has been hijacked by evil forces.
Yeah, it's a total turnaround, because it's like now a female Messiah is ruling. Because the female Messiah says that she is one with the male Messiah, which is one with Father. How can she be one? What she has done? She has changed his words. She has even, kicked out his Harren successor from being the true successor who will carry out the movement.
Oh, stop.
So this is the